Alright, so section 8.7 is simplifying expressions. So what I have here is what we call like terms. So 8x and negative 3x are like terms because they both have the letter x. 4xy and 12xy are both again like terms because they both have the variable component xy. Negative 2x squared and 5x squared again like terms because they both have x squareds. Now if you notice the second column, these are what we call unlike terms. 8x and negative 3y. They're unlike terms because one has an x, one has a y. 4xy, 12xz. Again, unlike terms because one has an xy, the other one has an xz. Negative 2x squared and 5x. Once again, unlike terms, one of them has an x squared, while the other one only has the letter x. Okay, so what we're going to do here in 8.7 is we're going to combine like terms. In combining like terms, all we're doing is we're adding the numbers or subtracting the numbers in front of my variable components. So 4x plus 6x is going to leave us with 10x. In the next problem here, I can think of this as a 1y. So 1y minus 5y would give me a negative 4y. Alright, let's try the next one here. So now I have 3x squared plus 5x squared minus 2. Again, I'm going to combine these two together. That's going to give us 8x squared, but I still need to bring down my minus 2. I can't combine it with anything, but it's still part of my answer. For the next problem here, again, I'm going to look at my like terms. So 2y and 4y are like terms. That'll leave me with 6y. We can think of this as a negative 6 and a negative 8. We're combining them together. That will leave us a negative 14. For the next problem here, again, I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. 6x plus 2x is going to leave me with 8x. I cannot do anything with a minus 5, but again, it's part of my answer, so I need to bring it down. And then finally, I have 4x plus 2 minus 5x plus 3. So 4x minus 5x will leave me with a negative 1x, and then a positive 2 and a positive 3 will give me a plus 5. Now, this one here, you can also write it, if you choose so, you can write it as a negative x plus 5. Either one is perfectly acceptable. Alright, let's take a look at this next one up here. So I have 2x minus 5 plus 3y plus 4x minus 10y plus 11. So 2x and 4x is going to give me a 6x. A plus 3y and a minus 10y will leave me with a minus 7y. And then a minus 5 and a plus 11 leaves us with a positive 6. Okay, so for the next problem that I have here, I'm just multiplying. So let's take a look here. 5 times 3y will leave me a 15y. A negative 2 times a 4x gives us a negative 8x. Now, the next part here talks about what we call the distributive property. So I want to show you the distributive property just by basically going through these problems here together. In the distributive property, this 5 is going to get multiplied times both numbers that are inside my parentheses. So 5 times x will leave me with a 5x, plus 5 times 4 leaves me with a 20. I can't combine those, and so I'll go ahead and stop right there. I'll do the same thing for the next problem here. I'm going to go ahead and multiply. Negative 2 times 5a is a negative 10a. Negative 2 times a positive 2 is a negative 4. I can't combine those, and so I'll just leave them be. Now, I want you to notice as I'm using my distributive property, I'm drawing my arrows. The arrows helps me out, and it reminds me to make sure that I multiply my number in front times everything on the inside of my parentheses. So here I'm going to have 8x minus 8 times 4 is 32. Let's scroll on down to the next problems here. Again, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to draw my arrows. 1, 2. So 2 times 3 will give me 6. 2 times 7x is a 14x. I still have a minus 15 after that. Now notice I'm not multiplying my minus 15 by my 2 because that 15 was not in the parentheses. I'm going to go ahead and bring down my 14x. And we can combine 6 and minus 15 to leave us with a minus 9. And there's my final answer. All right. So for the next problem here, again, I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So negative 2 times x is a negative 2x. Negative 2 times a negative 5 is a positive 10. I'll draw my arrows over here as well. 4 times 2x is an 8x. And 4 times 2 is an 8. And again, now when we worry about combining like terms, negative 2x plus 8x should leave me with a 6x. And a plus 10 and a plus 8 gives me a plus 18. Good. So let's try some of these other ones here. Again, I'm going to go ahead and draw my arrow to both parts. So negative 7 times x is a negative 7x. Negative 7 times a negative 1 is a positive 7. Draw my arrows here as well. So 5 times 2x is going to give me a 10x. And 5 times 3 is going to leave me with a 15. So when we combine our x's together, a negative 7x and a plus 10x is going to give me a 3x. A plus 7 and a plus 15 leaves me with a plus 22. All right, good deal. So now what we have here is, again, still combining our like terms. So I'll leave my 10 alone. I'm going to go ahead and distribute my 4. That's going to leave me a 24d minus 8. So we only have that one 24d, but we can combine 10 minus 8 to leave us with a positive 2. All right, so for the next one here, I'm going to leave my 3 alone for now. I'm going to go ahead and distribute my 2, so that's going to give me a 6x. 2 times 4 is a minus 8 plus x. So 6x plus another x should leave me with a 7x. And a positive 3 and a negative 8 leaves me with a negative 5. Okay, so let's try this last one here. Again, we'll go ahead and work our way and figure this one out. 3 times 5x is going to leave me with a 15x. 3 times a minus 2 is a minus 6. 5 times x is a plus 5x. 5 times a minus 2 is a minus 10. So 15x plus 5x leaves me with 20x. Minus 6 minus 10 leaves me with a minus 16.